Welcome to the Delmarva Almanac. Each week we connect you to the best of Delmarva. I'm your host, Dana Kester McCabe. Milford artist C. Mercedes Walls, also known as Cathy Walls, creates bright, joyful paintings in a style that is both representational and expressionistic. Cathy comes from a large family of 6 children. Her grandmother's family were opera singers, and her grandfather was a shoe designer who encouraged her artistic talents as a youngster. After college, Cathy had a career as a probation and parole officer for the Delaware Division of Corrections. But Cathy has painted throughout her life without much formal training.
I always painted on the side because, just for extra money and whatever little commissions, portraits of people's houses, pets, that sort of thing, Christmas presents. And then when we decided to have a third child, I said, well, I can't keep working with 3 kids because it was about a 50-hour week, plus the commute up to Dover. So I just quit and opened up my studio and thought I'd really miss it, but never looked back. I really enjoyed it. Felt real guilty having so much fun working, but I kind of get an idea what I want to earn for the year. And then I try to work from there so that I don't spend too much time. I think it was Monet who had said it takes 2 people to do a painting, one to paint and one to say stop. So my husband's really good at saying, I didn't spend enough time on that. So I try to pace myself so I can earn what I need to earn. As far as going out, and I use social media a lot to get that word out that I'm available for commissions. A lot of it is word of mouth. Somebody will get something done and they'll let somebody know and they'll come to me too. And that seems to keep me pretty busy at times. Now during the recession, things dropped off the map. I had very little work, very few commissions, and because I rely on commissions and not galleries, I was at a disadvantage. But things have picked up a lot now. So I think that I've often said that artists are the canaries in the economic coal mine. We're the first ones to feel the pain, to feel that things are going bad. But the good news is, I feel like things are probably at a better level than they were even before the recession.
Cathy uses a large collection of her snapshot photography as her subject matter. She also uses Photoshop on her computer to compile and compose painting layouts. But she relies on the tried and true methods artists have long employed to maintain and grow her technique.
I sketch a lot. Sketch like pretty much if I'm just sitting there, like I said, I'm a doodler, just sitting around, I've always got a pencil or something in my hands. So I, to do my compositions, of course, the first thing is to get that picture down there. I also we have a group that meets the first Thursday of every month at the Art League. We bring a model in so people can, and that's good for me because it's kind of selfish that I really want to keep that going because it gives me an opportunity to have a live model to practice with every now and then because it's kind of hard to get people to sit still for you. So it's drawing is a big part of what I enjoy doing.
Cathy arrived at her own style simply by trial and error, since she has had relatively little formal art training. She's tried a variety of mediums over the years, depending on what commissions called for. She says that she currently does equal portions of pastels, watercolors, and oils. Her color palette tends towards hues that are true to life, but fairly bright and saturated. This gives the work an upbeat, light feeling with storytelling at its core.
Working in probation parole gave me an opportunity to work with people, doing my paintings and being able to now do my own subject matter and being able to paint scenes with people. In that sense, they're related. I think it's just, I've always been interested in people and I'm kind of an extrovert. I guess a lot of artists tend to be introverts and I'm kind of the opposite. I kind of thrive on human contact and human interaction. I like the scenes of the kids playing with the dogs, or that people singing. I really love scenes of musicians. I've got a series of paintings that I'm slowly working on because I keep getting distracted by life. But I haven't thought of an official name for it, but basically it's professions. It's people on their job. I had visited one of the crab houses, and the women were all there picking these huge mountains of crabs. And I thought, this is a job that's probably going to disappear because they already have invented machines that are picking these crabs. So I want to do a painting of these women doing this hard work, and the farmers in the field. I've done paintings of that. But as careers are starting to disappear, I want to kind of document them. My genre scenes are sometimes intentionally showing, this is life in this location, or this is what it's really like. So I like to represent what's around me. I like to represent my community. So I'm a white person, but my subject matter isn't always white because we live in a fairly diverse community here. I want people to know that, and to know we live in a diverse little community here in Milford. So my subject matter, I hope, reflects that. I really like this little town. I grew up in cities and suburbs, and of course I've been here for 40 years almost. So I've been in the country longer than I've been in the city in my life. But I just love this little town because it is diverse and people do care, and it's a great volunteer town, which has helped the Art League. A lot of what we do at the Art League is to try to reach out to the families in the community and bring them something to kind of enrich their lives.
Cathy teaches classes to students of all ages and abilities and encourages anyone interested in art to make it a part of their daily lives.
The biggest thing is to try new things, to do something every day, whether it's just scribbling on a piece of paper or carry a little paint box around and just, even if you just paint your breakfast cereal, just do whatever you're doing, just do something every day, because the more you do, the better you get. Sign up for little classes if you can take them. Paint with somebody who does paint. But just expose yourself to it. Visit the museums, see what the masters were doing. But you have to immerse. It's like learning a foreign language. You have to immerse yourself into it and just really enjoy it and get into it. Artists should also be advocates for the art. I think it's fine to be in your world and do your painting and do what you enjoy it, and paint or write music or write books or poetry for the sake of that. But go out and see other people's art too. Spread the word. Bring a friend to a show. Go to a poetry reading. Bring a friend to a poetry. Go out there and enjoy all the arts. Don't get stuck in your studio or at your computer or whatever. Just get out there and advocate and show people art and go see a lot of it yourself.
You can see Cathy Walls painting in person at the Miss Pillion Art League in Milford, Delaware. Well, that's all for this edition of the Delmarva Almanac. Be sure to follow us on Facebook or Twitter, and next week join us to learn more about our local culture and get connected to our natural wonders. We'd like to thank our community partners, the Friends of Delmarva Public Radio, and our underwriters for their help in bringing this program to you, our audience. If you'd like to become an underwriter for this program, visit delmarvaalmanac.com/support. Our theme music was provided by Brightside Studio. This show has been a Moonshell production. Thanks for listening. Until we meet again, may the rhythms and tides of Delmarva bring you good fortune.